Are you wanting to know how to manifest your SP or anything else fast, like lightning speed? If you want to know that, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I'm like the funniest, wittiest mindset coach here on YouTube. If you'd like one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below, as well as links to things like the VIP group where it is pretty fun to be there. In fact, someone was commenting today that it's almost like their own, our own 50 Shades of Grey up in there. But anyhow, I'd like to do my calendar before I actually get into the video. You know my calendar. So this one says on the actual holiday of Christmas, for those who celebrate, it says, ho, 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 motherfuckers. Yeah, every day is Christmas when you're a master manifesting. This one says, who the fuck is cleaning all this shit up? If you manifest the life that you want, you have what I do, which is called what? A person who comes and does that for you. So manifest, getting your house cleaned up. You won't have to deal with the mess. This says only one damn holiday left. Yeah, if you aren't a master manifesting and the rest of your life sucks, but ours doesn't. So every day's like a holiday around here. This says start your resolutions early and eat the rest of the fucking Christmas cookies. Well, when you affirm and persistent, you can eat whatever you want and be a perfect size 12, 0, whatever. Doesn't matter what you eat. It says, let's be honest, no one is really working today. When you affirm and persistent, you don't have to lift a finger and you get tons of money. Don't have to work anyway. And this one says, a new fucking year. Good fucking luck with that. You know what? Clearly the person that wrote this isn't a master manifesting because we affirm and persist, get what the hell we want. Those are just hardcore facts. And I think that 2024 is going to be the best year yet. In fact, I'm going to have a GYS, get your shiznit bootcamp, be a part of the GYS crew. And join me for that. I will probably put the links in. I'm not fully done building the course, but gonna have a Make 2024 Your Best Year Yet GYS Bootcamp for those that are interested. Anyhow, so I've started a new series, as you know, about how to get your SP fast or anything else that you're manifesting. And unlike my previous series, which was what not to do when manifesting, I'm talking about what to do while manifesting. And I'm probably going to make videos for both lists, both playlists. But this one is just focusing on what to do. And this is going to be video 2. Video 1, if you remember, was to have confirming inner conversations, like inner conversations in your mind that justify why what you're manifesting is yours, why it's true. This video is going to be more on think as if you have what you want. A lot of people don't think as if they have what they want. And let me enlighten you what I'm talking about. So when you were spiritually asleep, when we were all spiritually asleep and we didn't know that we were conscious manifestors, what did we do when we were getting into a relationship? When we were getting into a relationship, we would think thoughts of, I'm just, for ease of gender, going to use he, but we would think thoughts of this person is texting us. They're blowing up our phone. They're going to blow up our phone. I know that they're texting us. I know they're going to text any second now. They're going to be asking us on dates. He is going to be spoiling me with flowers. He's going to take me to my favorite place. We were excited, but we were also thinking as if we had it, like that's what was happening. We weren't necessarily full of doubts, or we had more positive thoughts, at least at negative ones. We were talking to our friends about like meeting this new person and, you know, how they took us on this amazing date. They're blowing up our phone. They're always blowing up our phone. And so when you were spiritually asleep, you were constantly thinking as if you had what you wanted. You were daydreaming, you were visualizing, you were bragging to friends, but the scenes that you were thinking were of you doing what you wanted. You might even, as your relationship progressed, start thinking about being proposed to and what that would look like. Maybe you were looking at rings and thinking thoughts like, this is what SP is getting me. This is what they're going to get me when they propose. My proposal is going to be so awesome. I'm going to have this engagement party. But you have to keep in mind that when you were thinking all these things, your mind is creating a picture of that happening. Your mind isn't thinking of it as a future event. Even if you are, your mind is thinking it's happening right now. Of course it is. You're looking at rings right now. You're thinking of this person proposing to you right now. You're thinking as if you have it. You're thinking as if you have what you want. You're looking maybe at wedding dresses. Maybe you're looking at apartments that you would rent with SP, or looking at houses that you would rent, or looking at houses that you would buy. Your mind doesn't know that this is a maybe or a possibility or 5 years from now. It's thinking as if it's happening right now. You're thinking as if you have what you want. You're excited. You're anticipating it. You're expecting it. And it's not that you have to feel it real. It's just that you're not sitting in a sea of negativity wondering if it's ever going to happen. You're thinking as if that's literally what's happening or going to happen in the near future. And that's how your mind takes it, as this is happening now. This is what they're thinking about. This, of course, must be what they're happening. Your mind is very easily doing a buy-in because you aren't thinking about it with an old story with a bunch of resistance, with this is never going to happen. You're not thinking about third parties. You're thinking that this person's coming forth and they're doing all these things. And so in your mind, you're thinking they're definitely going to propose. This wedding is definitely happening. I'm definitely going to get a dress like this. I already know who's going to be my maid of honor. I already know who's going to be part of the wedding party. You know, this is where we're going to get married. This is what it's going to look like. And so your mind is having this buy-in and saying, yep, yep, yep. And then the 3Ds conforming, conforming, conforming. Just like with money. When you're thinking about having tons of money, or that you're going to get money from like a raise, or you're getting this new job and you're like, I'm buying this, I'm getting this. And you're looking at stuff at the store thinking, I'm going to buy it. I will be buying it, that I'll be buying it soon. And you're picturing yourself with it, whether you realize it or not. You're seeing yourself buy it. You're telling yourself you're going to have it, that it's yours, that it belongs to you. You're not saying I'm never going to have this. You're not saying I'm never going to get it. If you start looking at houses, you're thinking that you're going to get that house. You're going to get a similar house. You're going to get something like that. Your mind is focused on having it. You're looking at a house. You're thinking about where your barbecue is going to be, who you're going to have over, where your furniture is going to be. You're thinking as if you already live there. You're thinking as if you have it, if it belongs to you. Now, look at what you do now that you're spiritually awake and that you know you manifest. You're constantly reaffirming things that you don't have it, that you're not together. If I was going to do this video for my other series of what not to do while manifesting, it was going to be stop reaffirming what you don't have, or stop reaffirming you don't have it. Because I constantly talk to people who have affirmations and who have thoughts in line with not having it. For example, I wrote myself a little list. SP is ready. SP is ready for what? If you're in a relationship, now if you're thinking as if you have what you want, which is being in this perfect relationship, this perfect marriage, SP wouldn't be ready. They already would be ready. It would have already been that way because you'd already be in a relationship. It's not SP's ready. They already were. SP misses me. Why would SP miss you if you're together? Now, it's always what it implies to you. If it implies to you that SP misses you, that they miss you while they go to work because they can't stand to be away from you because you're their favorite person and they want to spend every waking moment with you, clinging to you like grandma clings to a sweater, which is perfectly fine in my book, then that's okay. But if when you're affirming SP misses me, you're thinking it's because we're not together and I haven't seen him or her in 2 weeks, you're just reaffirming you're not together. It's you got to think very carefully about what your phrases, affirmations, and things that you picture mean to you. We don't focus on reunion scenes. Why? It just reaffirms the old story and that you're not together. At least that's what I teach people. Have a whole video on that. Anyway, if you're affirming SP regrets breaking up, what are you doing? You're reaffirming that you broke up. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't think when you're together, SP regretted breaking up with me and thinks that being with me is the best thing that's ever happened to them. Fine. But a lot of people, when they're like, SP regrets breaking up with me, they're begging me, they're groveling on their hands and knees for me to take them back. Does that work for some people? Yeah, it does. Does it also imply that you're not together? It can really, because if you were together in a loving, committed relationship, would you be saying that SP is groveling on their hands and knees begging to be with me? No, because they'd already be with you. Why would they be groveling on their hands and knees? Now you can say they groveled. SP begged to be with me. SP groveled on their hands and knees to be with me. SP missed me when we weren't together. You can change the verb tense and have it be that that's already happened and imply that you're together. But I just don't recommend implying that you're not together because a lot of people get worked on, how he wishes that we weren't broken up. SP wishes we weren't broken up. What are you doing? You're implying that you're not together. SP wants to get back together with me. That still implies you're not together. And just because they want something doesn't mean that they necessarily do it. So if you have affirmations that imply to you that you don't have what you want, like, employer regrets letting me go, or employer, if you're having any affirmations about like the employers, possible employers or clients, like wish they had hired you, but imply that they didn't, why would you imply that you don't have your job? Why would you imply that they didn't hire you? If you are sitting there just focusing that eventually you'll have money, or having your manifestation be conditional, like once I have SP, then I'll have money, or I have to get my money from SP, or I've got to do tons of work to get money and I'm not doing enough work, like that, we're not getting, if you're always telling yourself like, we're not getting bonuses this year, or, work's mad that they didn't give me my bonus. I don't know. I hear some crazy stuff. You'd be surprised, like literally what people affirm. If what you're affirming does not imply to you that you have what you want and you have it right now, then you need to change your affirmations. Personally speaking, I try not to be limiting. Do people affirm that someone was, begging them or ready to get back together and manifest that? Yeah, I don't know what their other assumptions were. Typically, in general, a lot of us teach to think as if you have it. And to me, teaching that someone is ready doesn't to me mean that I have it. It just means that they're ready. Employers are ready to hire me. No, employers have been ready to hire me. They've already hired me. I've already been hired for my perfect job. I was hired and offered the best compensation package. I was offered and accepted the best compensation package that has ever existed. Just like when in the past you interviewed for a job, when you were spiritually asleep, what did you do? You pictured yourself working there. You were picturing yourself telling everyone that you worked there. Some people have even gone to tell me that they would picture what desk they were going to sit at, or what they would look like in the uniform, or whatever the position was. They were excited and they were like in their mind telling everybody that they got the job. So they were already thinking as if they have it. Think back to some of the other things that you've manifested, the other ways that you used to be prior to being spiritually awake, how you would think about the things that you were manifesting, even though you didn't know you were manifesting. But think about the things that you got. What were the thoughts that you were having? Was it like what I'm describing? You just saw yourself with it, saw it as belonging to you, saw yourself as already having it, the relationship, the money, the job, the item that you were purchasing. Yes, that's like literally what we did. You just have to focus on the same thing now and make sure that your affirmations are in line with what you want to experience. Are you affirming that you have what you want? Are you stuck on a third party? Are you always thinking of a third party? Are you always affirming for a third party? Why the fuck would you affirm for someone that wouldn't be in your reality if you had what you wanted? If you were with your specific person right now and you were in that perfect relationship, third party would be gone, because your perfect relationship wouldn't include the third party, or the third party, that circumstance would be enough in the trash. It'd be enough in here that it literally would be irrelevant. I don't care who the third party is. I don't care if it's a romantic interest, a family, a friend. I don't care if it's an institution, the bank. It doesn't matter. But if you had your manifestation, you wouldn't be worried about the third party, SP hanging out with a third party, with the third party saying and doing. Because in your mind, you would be in this perfect relationship. You would be together in your 3D reality. And so whenever you would think of like, if there was a third party that existed, and then you got your manifestation and you had a perfect relationship with SP, anytime you thought of that person, you'd be like, why the fuck am I thinking about that bitch? That bitch is gone a long time ago. Of course they were gone a long time ago, because SP and I, our relationship is perfect and stronger than ever. Why would you be thinking about a third party? You wouldn't. They would be poof. They would be out of your 3D reality. You wouldn't even give them a second thought. I mean, write them an FU letter at first if you need to. Write them a command letter at first if you need to. You can watch my video that's on that. Maybe I'll link it somewhere in the corner. You can watch a video on that if you want, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't be thinking about that person. You wouldn't give two F's about that person, because you'd have what you want and your relationship in life would be perfect. Same with, a job. If you had your perfect job, the adversary would be gone if you had one. Or if you, were buying a house and you were initially had a third party of a bank being an issue, you wouldn't be thinking of the bank that used to be an issue if you had what you wanted. You wouldn't be thinking of coworkers that disturbed you if you had your perfect job, or you were having your perfect shifts and everything at your job was perfect. Why? Because either they wouldn't exist or they would be treating you like a diamond. So it wouldn't matter if they, if they existed, period. You just literally would not care. So I want you guys to examine the thoughts that you're having during the day or what you're affirming, and say, are you really thinking as if you have what you want? Are you staying focused on having what you want? Are you keeping your lines your thoughts, excuse me, in line with your manifestation, or are they all over the place? Or are you constantly reaffirming that you don't have what you want? Are you constantly thinking that you're not together? Are you constantly giving your power away to these other entities by continuing to think as if they exist when in the reality that you want, they do not? So I want you to think about that. Look at what you're affirming and what implies to you. Maybe you need to change the tense, like I suggested. They begged to be with you. They regretted not being with you if you want to acknowledge that there was a breakup. You know, they're so happy that we're together. They're happy you're together. They're not ready. They were ready. SB was ready, and our relationship is now perfect. I wouldn't even affirm that they're ready, period. But, you know, look at what you're affirming. Make it more in line with already having what you want so that you can think as if you have what you want and stop reaffirming that you don't. So you want your shit quick. It's one of the things to do. Think as if you already have it and keep those thoughts straight, laser focused, as if you already have it. So that's it for this video. Probably going to have, you know, some things on sale here in the future in regards to celebration of the new year. And I'm going to have that GYS Get Your Shit Shiznits for, you know, making 2024 the best year yet. I'll be having details on that coming out soon. So until next week, I'll talk to you later. Bye.